there, today I'm showing you how you too can create your very own coloring pages from easy to complex to give you beautiful pieces of coloring, of course, or mixed media even in the end. So all you need is a piece of paper, pencil, and a stencil. Some of us have these stencils from our old scrapbooking days, and just look around. Maybe your children have stencils that they don't use anymore. Just a simple stencil. And here I'm showing you how I am simply drawing the shape over and over again. And I am selecting one shape that I am going over with permanent ink. And then the other images, I'm choosing which lines to draw because I don't want them to overlap. I want them to overlap, but I don't want all the lines showing. So I'm selecting which lines I am going over in permanent ink. The permanent ink is important because we're going to use some watercolors afterwards. Now I'm just erasing all those pencil marks. So I hope you get the idea that with a stencil, you could make a repeated pattern on your paper. Like a lot of those new adult coloring style books, a lot of the patterns in there are repeat patterns. So this is just a really simple design that I'm showing you how to do some birdhouses, a whole page of birdhouses. I am using a second stencil with circles to make the opening of the birdhouse, the little door that the birdie would go through. This is my inspiration for the theme of Love Spring Art. Hashtag Love Spring Art for the C.A.C, the Creative Artist Collaboration, whereby hundreds of artists who create creative content on YouTube get together every month and we work on a theme. The theme is spring art this month. And to see more videos in the theme, just type in hashtag Love Spring Art when you're on YouTube, and you're going to see hundreds of videos by different collaborators. Here I'm just showing you a more complex page that I created with the same stencil but using all the different shapes: the birdhouse, the butterfly, a butterfly again. There's flowers, there's flower pots, picket fence. See, that's just the birdhouse with the circles. Showing you that was the easy one. And on another page, I repeated with just two of the images, the flower and the butterfly. Now, I'm showing you that you don't have to cover the entire page. You could leave some blank spaces. And see, with the stencil, there are no mistakes. Every shape is the same. Now, this page that I'm doing in my art journal, I created a more complex pattern to color, and I am just using some plain watercolors. They are really student grade watercolors. I believe they may have come from the dollar store. I don't remember exactly, but so I'm just painting the background in this blue color. So I'm going to fast forward this part because it's pretty much the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just using the blue watercolor and painting all the spaces and the background of this page. Once the watercolor has dried, I then used some dye-based markers to start the coloring. Here I'm using a blending palette and a blue and a yellow. I have a limited collection of these Tombow dye-based markers, so I'm just showing you that even if you don't have that many colors, you can just blend them together and you get another color, because blue and yellow will make green. And with a blender marker, I am adding the green to the leaf parts. And that too I'm going to speed up, because it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. I just keep going back to the blending palette there and picking up some of the ink and going onto the page with it to cover all the leaves. And the pears, there are 3 pears in the tree. They're not completely ripe pears, so they're kind of greenish, yellowish, and you can see that in my coloring process. What I like about using these markers is that it gives the effect, this technique gives the effect of watercolor effect without actually using watercolor. It's a lot of fun. It gets color onto your surface really quick, and it's a good way to practice mixed media. You've used a watercolor and now you've used ink. Now I'm just going straight onto the paper with a more red colored dye-based marker by Tombow again, and I'm coloring the flowers. Now that I've colored the entire page with my markers and also colored pencils, I did a mix of wooden colored pencils that are wax based, the dye ink based markers, the watercolor paints, and now I am adding glitter glues in various colors in certain areas to highlight the pears there. I'm putting the yellow, and I'm going to add some orange and silver to the butterflies. These are a variety of glitter paints, glitter glues I should say, that I have. There are various. Some are from the dollar store, some are brand name. They're just a little basket of glitter glues that I have that need to be used up, so I'm using them in this project. It's just to show you that to make art, especially in an art journal, you don't need to spend a lot of money on your supplies. It's nice to have really high-end, good quality art supplies to work with, especially when you're creating a piece of art that you will sell. But when you're just playing around, you're just practicing, or you're a beginner and you're just trying stuff out, it's fine to use the less expensive products, even the products intended for children's artwork. The picket fence is white because I didn't have to do anything. I just left it white. And now I'm going to go over it with a mixture of a clear and white glitter glue just to make it shine a bit. Of course, I have to let all this glitter glue dry, and I come back to it later for the final touches. So please, if you are not subscribed already to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. I love that. And if you have any comments, I really appreciate those. Don't forget to follow more C.A.C. #LoveSpringArt videos on YouTube. You can follow me and subscribe to my blog so you don't miss anything at annmakes.blogspot.com. And on my blog, you will see the links to my other social media. I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm all over the place, and I like to share my creativity and how you too can be creative. And as I was saying before, once I let the glitter dry, I go back with some really good glue. And I really like to use the mono glue by Tombow. It really holds everything. And these little plastic buttons are slippery little buggers, so that glue is perfect. Those buttons will not move now, and they make really pretty flower centers. So thanks again for stopping by and watching the video. I hope you come back next month, and you come back and see other videos in the meantime. Bye!